Tide, bro. What's up, everybody out there? What's going on to the unofficial locker room? Shout out to you all. We're here for a special episode tonight, of course, on a Friday, January 2nd, after yesterday's college football playoff second round matchup versus Indiana. Of course, the Tide lost 38-3. Roll Tide to everyone out there. What's up, Raymond? What's up, Kurt? What's up, Chrome Gamer? What's up, Crimson Wave 23? What's up, Tiffany? How you doing? What's up, Damien? Roll Tide. What's up, Chef? Area codes to the chat. Area codes to the chat. Please, 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 and thank you. Make sure you follow, like, and subscribe to all of the unofficial assistant coaches content pretty much on every platform. Follow, like, and subscribe. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, pretty much everywhere. Patreon.com/Coach John Doe. Yes, Matt, it was definitely a tough one. I see you. 256-205. What's going on? What's up, Kathy? Roll Tide for life. Roll Tide for life. Coach Nitty, what's going on? Coach C, what's going on? Coach P, what's up? What's up?
Coach D, what's going on, man?
Man, can't call it, Nitty. Of course, not feeling good after yesterday's game. Trying to see how we're going to do in the off season. Of course, we'll talk about the game today. But before we even get there, how you doing, man? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year to everybody in the chat as well. Definitely appreciate you for all joining. Cadillac, what's up? 334. What's up, Fiction? Coach Nitty, did you watch any of the other games yesterday? Or did you watch the first game on that was Wednesday as well?
No, I didn't. After that last night, I cut the TV off and got in the win, man. I ain't even caring about no football and look at nothing else.
Yeah, it's pretty rough, man. Of course, when Bama loses, I think we all pretty much down, especially again, in a beat down like that. Very much unexpected. We just haven't seen the Tide lose like that. Chat, I want to ask y'all this question I saw on Twitter. In your opinion, since that, of course, the loss yesterday, what's the worst loss that you've experienced in your lifetime as a Bama fan? What is the worst loss you've experienced in your lifetime as a Bama fan? For me, it was a national championship against Clemson 2018 when we pretty much had maybe the best Bama team possible that I've seen, and where we just got beat pretty bad by Clemson in that championship. Yep, yeah, I see. Yep, now Nico. What about you, Nitty? Any game that point that you can pick out for yourself?
When you say worst loss, like
yeah,
we was expected to win, or just like blowout, like what happened last night?
I'll just say the worst loss since. What I mean, even for you, what's just the worst loss compared to yesterday? Something that's similar.
Oh, something that's similar.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough one, man. That's a tough one.
Like I said, for me, it was the 2018 championship. We got everything handed to us that game, man. That was pretty devastating for me.
Guess you could say Florida State this year.
Oh yeah, it's pretty bad too. Of course, we were down there physically live. Got rained on for a few minutes, and yeah, I don't disagree with that. It was a pretty
because I mean, losses I can take a L, but just getting smacked around like that ain't it. That's not gonna get it.
Definitely not it. Coach C, I see you in the building. Is any game that sticks out to you that was pretty bad for your lifetime watching Bama football? Not sure if you're
there. That might have been the worst, man.
The Florida State game or the Clemson game?
Well, I'd say Clemson.
Got it.
But Indiana might be the worst.
Yeah.
Just the fight, man. The lack of fight. It's just, man, just all the way around, man. It just was not a huge effort on our end, man. So it might have been the worst game I witnessed as especially as far as the expectations, the talent level that we have. I mean, going through those early 2000 years was different because we weren't expected to do much. But having the expectations we have with this talent and the roster we have, it's just, it was embarrassing, man.
Absolutely, Coach. Now we'll just go over some other games that happened, of course, the last couple of days in the second round of the playoffs. Got Miami, number 10 Miami, beat number 2 Ohio State 24-14. Coach C, can you talk to me about why you chose Miami? And of course, Miami won this game. Is there anything that you said, well, this is exactly what I said would happen, or is there anything that kind of surprised you in that game?
Well, just watching Ohio State, man. You see chinks in their armor, and you see how they match up against Miami. Having the talent that they have, and the only thing, the question mark for Miami was whether or not the quarterback was going to play well or not. Other than that, it just Miami looked like they were a lot more hungry. I watched Florida State. I'm sorry. I watched Ohio State against Indiana, and that's probably the biggest reason why I kind of picked against them. I just didn't see nothing that impressed me. I saw that when you had a halfway decent defense, that Ohio State would have problems with them, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I just want to say Jeremiah Smith had 7 receptions, 157 yards, and a touchdown in that game, but just not enough. Miami's defense was pretty stifling on Ohio State outside of that one player. Moving along to another game that we saw, we had Oregon just 23-0 against Texas Tech. Coach Nitty, did you catch that game at all?
Yeah, I looked at it. Oregon did what they were supposed to do. They ain't done that.
Yeah, man. Just having a quarterback.
Texas Tech really didn't belong on the field with them.
Yeah, not at all. Texas Tech couldn't muster up anything on offense. Of course, their quarterback was a Heisman finalist, but just couldn't get anything done, man. Now, 23-0. Of course, they'll be facing Indiana next game. They have a matchup. Just jumping out early, guys. I ask you both, who do you think will win that matchup?
I'm going Indiana. Anybody that beat them, I'm going with them.
Got it. Coach C, what you thinking in that game?
Which game?
Indiana versus Oregon in the match rematch.
It's hard to pick against Indiana, man. Seeing what they were able to do against us. Yeah, I'm going Indiana, but I'm going a little closer than people may think. It'll be a closer game than we played them, unfortunately. But I'm picking Indiana to pull the win.
Got it, fellas. Moving over to another game, we finally saw Ole Miss get over the hump versus Georgia. A very exciting game. Really, the only game that was exciting in this second round, to in my opinion. Of course, Ole Miss didn't have Lane Kiffin. We saw Pete Golden go in there and get a win against Kirby Smart's Georgia Bulldogs. Ole Miss wins 39-34. Did either one of you catch that game?
I missed it.
Got it. I know you said he was pretty devastated after the Bama loss. Coach C, did you catch that one?
Man, I think I left the house and went to Home Depot or something, man. I just had to get my mind
Hey, just going back to regular business, right?
I did, man. I tried to go to Lowe's, but they were closed, so I went home.
I got you, man. All right, guys. So let me ask you this: as we jumping out early again, we got Ole Miss versus Miami. Who do you like in that matchup and why? Let's start with you, Coach C.
I actually like Ole Miss, and not just because they're an SEC school and that's who I'm rooting for, but I'm not saying he's an elite, top 5 quarterback draft pick, but he plays within their system, and I feel like Ole Miss is still playing for something, man. I thought it would have faded out, but it looks like those guys still have that fight in them, and it may be able to carry them on through playing against a pretty decent Miami defense. So I'm going with Ole Miss. I'm going with the quarterback for Miami, Mr. Previous Georgia guy. I'm going for him. I'm betting that he's gonna show the chinks in his armor and not have a very good game. He's been game managing for a while, but I don't think he's going to be able to do that against Ole Miss. And I think he has a couple of turnovers, and Ole Miss pulls it out.
Got it. So Chambers was 30 for 46, 362 yards and 2 touchdowns against Georgia. We know Georgia's a well-coached defensive team, one of the best defensive teams in college football. That flip pass he had late in the fourth quarter was amazing. I just, man, I felt like that was a momentum shift. He was scrambling out of the pocket, trying to make plays. I do like what I see. Ole Miss. Coach Nitty, I'm going to ask you the same question. Who do you think will win that game?
Like I must really like Miami. You know, I think Miami is on a mission, dog.
Yeah.
Miami might make to the next championship. Just being honest.
Yeah.
They got a defense that's playing good ball. Their offense coming along. They got some key players. They got some key players on the offensive side that can make plays. Don't slip. Don't think. Don't be surprised if they make it to the next championship.
Yeah. Now, of course, we know in this final round, pretty much per se, quarterfinals, we know that each head coach is from the Saban tree.
Okay.
Who would you, I guess, say would like? I mean, of course, we want Bama to win, but who would you say you would like to see to win their first one?
I always liked Miami coach when he was over there with us. So it'd be cool for him to get one.
You like Crystal Ball, man.
Yeah.
Coach C, actually the same question. Which coach, not team, of course, associated with the team, but which coach would you like to see win that?
Yeah, I agree, man. He was pretty good coach. He was likable. A lot of people like him. It'd be nice for him to get one. So yeah, I go with him as well.
Got it, fellas. And of course, the national championship will be decided soon. We'll see, what teams will be in that championship. I think Coach P may want to do something special for that. Not quite sure. We'll definitely let everyone know, all the supporters. And again, I want to remind you all of our content, all of the UA Coaches content is found pretty much on every platform. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, unofficial business episodes on pretty much every platform, as you see here. Spotify, Apple, and Amazon. Unofficial business. All you got to do is search for the UA Coaches. Can't miss it there. And I want to remind you all, I am your co-host, Coach D, and welcome to another episode of Unofficial Business.
Welcome back. I know you miss me. It's Coach P, aka Goat Door, the unofficial assistant coaches. We see what they don't and say what they want. Oh my goodness. And man, Coach D asked y'all which one of the hardest losses y'all done witnessed over these years as a Bama fan, and this is hands down probably. That kick six hurt me, especially with it being to losing to Auburn and how we lost on that. And we prayed to get that extra second on the clock to kick that ball, and it bit us. It came back to bite us. That Cam Newton being up that much on him and letting him out of all people walk us down to get that win. The one when we held Deshaun Watson down, like we finally had him contained for a whole game, and he walked down that field at the end of that field and got that touchdown and beat us with the rub route stuff we don't call to get people open, hit us with that play at the end, man. That hurt me so bad. We had a championship in our pocket, man. But this right here, just no effort, no fight, no chance at the win. We ain't seen no loss like this. This something different. Oh, this is what they was joking about us about. This that Bama team, this that Bama identity they was telling us that we was finna be in. Cause like Coach Nitty said, even James Madison ain't coming here getting beat by 35. When a team ain't Alabama team ain't lost by 35 since 1998. Shout out to Choklahoma though. At least we still look deservingly of being in the playoffs just because we at least made it out the first round, starting that game down 17-0. Imagine we got blowed out that game. Why we out here arguing, should we be in or should we not be in, and we come in there looking like a Cincinnati team. Never seen that like that one, man. They beat us playing old school Bama football, straight physical. It's just who physical or not. It seems like every team at some point in the game can get they running game going, but us. Every team at some point, I'm looking at the playoffs, looking at the other games. One of the announcers said, I can't remember which game it was, said they're now leaning on their running game to take the pressure off their young quarterback. We can never say that at Alabama this year. We leaning on the running game to take some pressure off a tie. Yeah, right. We can't say that. How we expect to win a game coming to the game? One-dimensional. Already, before we get out the bus, the mission of most defenses in college, if you playing chess, the first thing they try, we probably can't just shut you down totally like Alabama playing Miles College. We can't probably, the old Savior Alabama at they prime playing Miles. We probably can't just shut you down totally like that. So we go pick you apart. We go make you one-dimensional first. We probably can't just take away the pass and the run. We go come make you one-dimensional first. But how our team already coming into the game one-dimensional? Hey, we know what to do to stop the pass. Just drop everybody back. We know they can't run. So when it's time to pass, just drop everybody back. And every now and then we'll send a blitz, which we know they can't pick up. It's one of the worst teams in the nation on picking up blitzes. Confusion every time. It's 3 layers of blocking on offense, and all 3 of mine suck. That's O-line, running backs, and tight end. Each one of them got flaws. Each unit got a flaw when it comes to blocking. No running game, inconsistent blocking, and then you add an OC like Grub, who should have been fired after the first game. We just didn't know it. Grub should have been fired in the preseason before the season started. We ain't even know it. When Grub bailed on us and went to Seattle, we should have cut ties with Grub right there. Any relationship status with him, now ain't no coming back, fool. Stay where you at. Oh, Seattle let you go after 1 year. That ain't nothing on us. You probably would have been on your second year at Bama getting ready to go and do something, whatever. But no, since you didn't, we should have let him stay, man. That man coming down, it's like he's just trying to catch back up with the college atmosphere as well. He don't really know. This ain't it. Seems like wherever you go, this new run game identity of yours is going to be stinking it up. Seattle said the same thing. They said he had a pass-happy college approach to his offense when doing that in the run game. Now look at our run game. Do we even call run plays at practice, or we just work on the pass and all practice? Never seen that like it. I don't know who to place all the blame on. Like I said, you can't put everything on the coaches. There'll be a lot of execution flaws. Like I said, from the blocking to even with the running backs who get it. Like I said, we got a 5-star coming in next year, and we're gonna have to get a running game going with this team. We got capable quarterbacks to keep this thing going next year. But it's like I said, Mac made a couple nice throws when he came in the game. But overall, when they dropping everybody back, even Mac ain't got nobody to throw to. It's just nobody out there to throw it to. Like when Mac got his one of the best throws of the game, we did a double move. Finally, I've been asking for that all year. Y'all know I know y'all tired of me saying double moves, whip routes, screen plays, rub routes, and we finally ran one and got about 30 yards. I can't remember how many yards we got, but it was a nice big play. But all the other plays, and then we go right back to vanilla 1967 through 1978 plays. Nothing special. Just call hike and tie. We expect you to just read the defense and find somebody. It ain't going down like that. We ain't scheming nobody to get open. We can't tell you who the star player on our team, on our receiving core. We can't tell you nothing. Let me ask you this, chat. Do you think we had a Saban type receiver on this team this year? I'm talking about your your Waddle, Amari Cooper, Ridley, Judy, Devontae, Silky Smooth Smith. And if we had it, was it Ryan? Because if it was only Ryan, then you know we had the situation going on with the hand. So our only Saban style receiver would have been flawed. Did we have a true receiving room that we thought we did? Talking about we had one of the best receiving rooms in the nation, or was this wide receiver core overrated? Was it the receiving core overrated, or this OC just really can't scheme up plays to get these guys open? I seen a lot of half ran routes, half ran with half effort, but I'm still thinking that it's just the lack of urgency in these plays, the lack of creativity, just ain't giving these guys a chance, especially when you know they finna drop 8. We ain't running no flood concepts to even out the numbers. Nothing. We just going up and just calling random plays and say, hey, Ty, see if somebody get open on this one. They said we did, but Brooks didn't play as much as Williams. I mean, wide receivers are OC for some reason. Like I said, Sheridan had guys running open last year. Not on every play, but we got a lot of good play calls last year to the fact that we was calling out my man saying, man, you don't see this? Look at that. This guy running. We can't say that this year. I would definitely call it out because I wouldn't want nobody to say, oh, you were saying Wilson I didn't see this, but he see. I'm ready to call it out. We ain't got those plays. Ain't too many plays Coach P could even throw this year. Oh, Coach P could have made that throw. Wet, man, wet. Ty was out here snitching all year before they started dropping everybody back. I'm talking about dropping dimes all over the place. I couldn't have threw them balls. Everything was so tight, no separation. Grub got to go. Special team coach. Both our kickers suspect this year. We was on Talty hard this year. Look at the punter. Talty at least came and got his T back in his name. I don't even know what's going on with that punt. Special teams coach got to go. What do they even do at practice? They just sit around and watch the guys and wait on their chance to kick like in the real game, or do they be actually on the field out there booting that thing during practice? Are we back to not giving our money to the kickers and just taking walk-ons? What are we doing with the kickers? Special teams coach got to go. Offensive line coach, pack your bags. Sorry for your family. O-line coach, out of here. Special teams coach, peace out. Grub, wouldn't want to be you. Running backs coach, granted, this is one of our worst backfields in a minute. No 5-star. But, hey, I see teams out here with 3 stars turning up. Jacobs came down here as a 3-star and turned up. It ain't even about the stars. And like I said, on a lot of plays, it ain't even nowhere to run for the running backs. But for the most part, a lot of plays where it was extra yards to be gained, or bounce it over here instead of going up there the same way you went the last 9 times. It just didn't look like we had real knowledge in that backfield for those running backs. I'm getting the running back coach out of here as well. Especially with a down year like that, it might not even be on you, running back coach. It might have been the product you had. But just because you served during that time, you already know how this goes. Somebody got to take that L. Running back coach, you out of here too. Put it in the chat who else needs to go. I got running back coach, O-line, special teams, and Grub. I think I'm missing somebody. Wide receiver coach, you already dipped up out of here. But guess what? Them wide receivers out there weren't turned up like them ride outs. Them boys out there love to block when they was downhill with Young Tua and them, man. Love to block out there having fun. These guys ain't running a heavy route unless they know, oh, this the one I be getting in practice. I know he might come to me on this route. I know he might come to me on this play. And I'm going to run hard on that play, but on the other plays, I'm out here just chilling. An effort like that cannot be forgiven, man. A lot of people have to lose their job behind this. Signetti up there had me just calling out real deal, throwing up the white flag. I'm like, at the end of the game, all right, man. All right, you got us, man. All right, damn. You win. Call the dogs off. Jeez. They running on us like we running on people. You think of an Alabama versus Indiana, and you say, okay, even if they done finally got some skilled players over there, or some nice schemes ran because they got this coach who used to be offensive-minded coach over here at Alabama or whatever, but he got the saving principle. Okay, whatever, but it's still Alabama versus Indiana. So even if all else fails with the creativity of our plays and all that, we still expect to at least be able to push out of all teams this year, a team like this down, at least push these guys back. Like I said, if you showed me who was making the playoff this year preseason, I would have said I wanted to play Indiana or Texas Tech. That's it, because you know we can't say Tulane or James Madison. Of course, anybody picked them. I would have said give me Texas Tech or Indiana. But through the process of 2 years, that man took those 3-star guys and tuned their brains up to make them think they something they ain't, and now they playing on levels like dogs. They ain't even doing that special at Indiana. They just coached up and doing everything the right way. They ain't doing nothing special. They ain't doing no futuristic plays. They ain't doing no killer blitz schemes and nuances and stuff. They just playing together, man, and not making mistakes. Out coaching everybody they run up on. But how can you just get those same guys that was recruited in as small fries to turn up and just outweigh, outpush, outmush guys like this bad? They ran on us to where I said, I'm throwing up the white flag. Okay, you got us. Now you're making my program look bad. Call off the dogs. You got us. All because of attitude. Them boys just turned up in the minds and they playing like they know it's there. We up here playing like we go win because we Bama. Still got too many divas out here, not enough dogs, man. Coach D, we can't even go through all this. And I mean, we can't even just act like we didn't see this coming from a mile away. I just never thought it would be this bad, man. Get in here and talk to me, man. I mean, we saw all year that we wasn't playing. We thought we was on our way to playing the type of football we supposed to play. We thought we was going to get there. But I guess this was our true identity. We're just not the guys we thought we were. What's up, Coach?
Check this out, P. I know a lot of people may not even really thought about this stat right here. The Indiana Hoosiers had 215 yards rushing. We had a total of 193. What do you think contributed to that performance in totality? Do you think is more of our attitude? Do you think yesterday just wasn't our game? Or do you think Indiana was just that much better yesterday?
I think it's all of the above, because like I say, if you give the Indiana coach our team and flip it around vice versa, I think and it would 2 years ago, we got them and whoever in the coaching world get Indiana, and we play that same team that we play today. We would have ran down them boys and almost they would have been like, man, y'all ain't beat nobody else. After we beat Indiana, we're like, y'all bragging on that. That wasn't nobody. Anybody would have beat them. Everybody wanted to play them first round. It's just an attitude thing, man. He got those same guys he got over there in Indiana. If he wasn't there, those boys would be over there getting ran on right now. They would not be in the playoffs getting ready to play for ships if Signator went over there. He done went over there and turned them guys' heads up, man. They would still be that basketball school that we laugh at if it wasn't for him. It's just attitude, man. He said after the game in the clip that you even sent me, Coach D. He said attitude, the way that the principles he on is what he took from him, from Saban. He said running the ball and breaking the other team's spirit and wearing them down and hitting them with the run game. He said the success of that don't start all the time in the first half. Our OC just don't give it time to get cranking. And it's too late in the year to even start it up. Even in a game like Vanderbilt, when we finally got to run the game, clicking a little bit. We take it right back out the board. We'll take it out the board. The other team ain't got to stop us. So all year, the other team stops our run game, and when we finally get the run game going, we'll stop it. We had it going like 2 games. Vanderbilt and another spurt in another one of the games. I can't remember when it was. We had 2 flashes of the run game this year. In both of those games, we took it from ourselves. So yeah, if it wasn't for that coach, I think Indiana is the same school they been. Look at their record before he got there. If that coach that was there before he got here stayed there 2 more years, it would have been the same. It would have been what we did to Indiana. We would have did to them. We would have did that to that team this year. Well, not with our Alabama team. We can't rush on nobody. But for the most part, most SEC schools SEC looking bad now. I don't even really want to even say the most SEC. Most schools with a run game would have ran over Indiana if that same coach had been there for the last 2 years that was there before they new coach got there. But he got them boys turned up looking totally different with a few transfer portal guys and in a whole different mind frame. Maybe throw in some strength and conditioning. But it's just like I said, like you asked me, Coach, I think it's a mental approach. What else you got, Coach?
Yeah, the attitude that we've seen pretty much all season has been pretty much finesse. Usually the culture is what the head coach really provides out. As we saw with Cincinnati yesterday, or pretty much the whole season, his attitude is no nonsense. Go out there and ball, do what you're supposed to do, and with a fierce, intense face, right? Or we'll say aura. So we saw what Indiana did in the trenches. Offensive line dominated. Defensive line dominated our offensive line, and we averaged at least 50 more pounds in each position. And they still got push on both sides.
Still got push. Hey, listen, my man EO said, shout out to Eric Owens, man, been down since day one. He said, we don't have the talent in the trenches. That's the crazy part. Because who's to say that they got talent? They didn't have talent in the trenches. They don't got an all-star line on offense or defense. They just got guys who done turned up in the system. They ain't got heavy recruits over there. Just top-tier guys all around the board. How much talent do you need in the trenches for you to get them guys to turn up like he got his squad turned up? Like he don't have a Ohio State, Michigan, Iowa, old school Alabama roster of O linemen and D linemen. This man just got them turned up. I mean, what talent do we? Talent matters, but that coaching staff and how you coach and what's allowed and how y'all go about doing these things that y'all do, all that matters. This man signated and smiled to after 2 minutes on that clock, man. It's so frightening that I wanted a piece of it. I want that man. I wanted that man on our sideline looking at how that man mean mugging harder than our old players that played at Bama. The real dogs that's out there that ain't smiling every second. Every question you ask Lawson, it's a smile like you talking to Dwight Howard. When our old linebacker, we all them smile. Oh my goodness, it's a different feel in that locker room in Alabama. Nice guys, all nice guys, nice NIL divas. Just nice. Oh, but them old school broke boys when I was up there that was playing, that was hungry, trying to get to the NFL focus, ain't studying nothing, bumming their way, trying to get some money to get in the club that night or whatever, or trying to use their name because they don't got no money. Ooh, those dogs are gone. But guess what? I see a coach that mean mug just like those guys that I used to be around back in those days. I was around those players. And that coach Signated just walking around mugging and just looking like a dog. That man told that lady, to Google me. And I said, man, that's the type of kahunas we need down here. We got a nice guy. Shout out to the boy, man. I liked you when they hired you. Shout out to the boy. I'm on the fence right now. I'm on a situation where I'm talking to the athletic director. I'm hitting him with that do something to make me feel good. I ain't got no say in it. I know we ain't finna fire the boy. Who we go hire right now? With D'Amico Ryans coming down? With Signetti finally got to change of mind? We wouldn't finna hire no Signetti from no damn James Madison. But now we see what he doing at Indiana. Okay, my bad, Sig. You ready now? You know, we had to say, hey, we had to make sure you were straight. We had to make sure you're ready. You want to come on? If it's on something like that, if you ain't got him or D'Amico, who you go get? You think we want somebody like Belichick or something? Who you go get right now? So we ride with the boy until other notice. The boy just need to show that he really about this life. Stop being the nice guy that you been, knowing that ain't gonna get you nothing over here. You can't make everybody happy. The boy, be yourself, which is not that all that fake rah-rah to the refs and stuff, trying to be like Saban when we up 50 points. And don't kill all that. Just be yourself, get rid of your boy Grub, and that'll buy you more time. I don't know how you buy time in this world outside of watches, but if you want to buy some time, I got the perfect formula. Fire Grub. Straight Kingford lighter fluid on his pink slip, light it up, fire him up. He fired. Ain't no, he need another year. Seattle did right. I don't care what else Seattle did outside of fire him. Oh, they did that. They changed quarterbacks. They also did some over here. I don't care. Part of that formula of getting right to having the #1 record in the NFL this year was getting rid of him. He was part of the problem. If he's still at Seattle right now, I don't think they 13-3 tied for the best record in the NFL. No, I don't think so. Grub trick bag plays, they cool. His every down plays, suspect. Straight cheats, booty cheats. And I'm through with it. Sheridan straight up called a better year for that man. Sheridan just had a worse, a lower hand that he was dealt. But he still had more creativity than this. Outside of the creative plays, I'm talking about on the reading the defense, knowing what they in. We're not even attacking them in the formations that they're in. If they're in zone, we're just going to run a play that's probably good to go against zone. But how about if they're in a cover 3? Let's do something that's actually designed to whoop a cover 3. They in cover 4 right here. It's obvious, coach. Let's do something that we know go smoke that cover 4, baby. Where the cover 2 beaters at for this obvious cover 2 right here, coach? Not just calling a solitary zone play that's supposed to go through all, that's supposed to be kind of successful on all these, maybe 50-50, just depending on your quarterback. I'm through with that. We don't even need a Lane Kiffin over here as far as the OC. We just need a OC. That man now is overrated. Grub just living off his name right now, past success. And the success you had was on smaller schools and in the Pac-10. Grub is not ready for no SEC. What else we got, coach? I can't sit here and base my whole show on no scrub like that. I'm through it. Grub, scrub. It don't rhyme. It rhymes for a reason, man.
Grub, scrub, they say. Well, shout out to Tiffany. I see you in the chat. And what's up, Eric? But yeah, coach, just going out 38-3. Of course, we'll get to the offseason. I know we'll kind of touch on some of the players that are leaving.
That 3 bad, and coach, you know we just badly put up something on George as well. So, hey, I mean, we've been struggling on offense, but when you run up on these teams that, I guess luckily we finally got past Oklahoma with the old play team twice in a year thing, but we were struggling. Our been struggling the whole year for real. Like Coach Nitty said, we ain't blow out no teams that we should have blown out this year. Grub has to go. It's like he trying to get back caught up with the college, or he just don't got the plays, or he just don't know how to relate plays and relate talking to this many stars. He need a team full of low-level guys that they can raise up to be some stars that ain't got all that spunk in them already. Because I guess real dogs ain't probably really burning to what he really on. He probably ain't down here thinking he the guy when you ain't proven that yet. I don't think them guys gravitating to Grub like everybody think they is. Grub is not the guy. But go ahead, Coach D. Didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. I agree with that. You know, most of the time, at least under Saban, right? We'll see how coordinators come in. They'll probably get 1 to 3 years max. And then they'll get that call to either, move up or maybe take the same position somewhere else. At least go to the NFL or become a head coach in college football. I think this is the first time that I feel that we have at least an OC that really doesn't have a shot anywhere else. Maybe of course a smaller tier school, but even I don't even see that right now.
Right, exactly. So why would we keep them when no other school would probably be interested in them right now? Why would we? And now I know we done let some guys go, and they might not be much over here. Like we was on Pete Gold and all that. We was on Pete Gold and hard over here. And now he done made himself a head coach. But it's some guys that's truly overrated like this, like Grub. It's some guys that I don't care if you in Tuscaloosa or wherever you at, this just ain't it. Chat, put in there, give me some of our most overrated OCs or DCs, because I told them folks, shout out to the unofficial locker room. When we watched the game together, patreon.com/Coach John Doe. I told them we done had a lot of coordinators that really just got that job based on the fact that they was great recruiters. I'm talking about wasn't good offensive or defensive coordinators, overrated, but I don't think we've had anybody as more overrated as Grub. I am officially off the Grub train. I'm telling you, Grub Scrub is over. You can't. We might not have a saving team of old, but we still had a partial saving team mixed with a partial DeBoer team, talent all over the board. This probably the last year we stand as the #1 blue chip roster in college football because we was badly above Georgia this year by less than 1%. So with all the talent we have, the most we can muster up and an offensive-minded coaching staff, the most we can muster up is 3 points in a playoff game. After starting down 17-0 in the game before that, a lot of stuff went our way to help crank that one up. Shout out to Xavier Brown with the big turnaround. But our offensive-minded coaching staff can't get but 3 points in a play. James Madison could have did a better job yesterday than we did. Put it like that. Tulane could have did better than that. And that's a team with the best. If y'all going by the stars, with the best percentage of 4 and 5 stars in the nation, Alabama, Crimson Tide. Yes, we still have that.
Yeah, just reading the chat. I see Major Applewhite. We see Bill O'Brien. We got Nussmeyer, Coach Tosh, and Grub. We see, yeah, pretty much. I think everybody agrees with that. I'm just going to go off a list of every offensive coordinator Bama has had since 2007. Major Applewhite, Jim McElwain, Doug Nussmeyer, Lane Kiffin, Steve Sarkisian, Mike Loxley, Bill O'Brien, Tommy Reese, and Ryan Grubb, and of course Nick Sheridan. So a couple of these coaches we haven't seen much of since they left Alabama. Some coaches are still out there, but based on what I see in the chat, pretty much everybody's going Bill O'Brien outside of Ryan Grubb, coach.
Bill O'Brien was tearing down spots everywhere he went, man. You can't never argue against Bill O'Brien being the one that get that vote. But man, hey, like my man said in the chat, man, they embody what Signetti bringing out there, man. Like I said, the board the type not to get at players, but the reason, come on, Coach D, you know better than that. Come on, man, you got to. No, that's like the board type approach. Them coaches that mean business is a different type. Is a different type way they handle these guys, and the board just, I ain't calling him soft. He's just more. This is just the attitude that we need to control all these dogs. He just don't have. Even Saban knew that it took an extra amount of moxie to control those dogs. That's why he wasn't even that comfortable in doing that whole NFL thing when that money was involved. Now these guys got money, so it's an extra attitude involved that needs to be tapped into. And the board just too nice. These guys go, man. It's that with all that talent, we shouldn't be out here 3-4 losses in a year, man. The talent only can be this good. This is the best roster in football. It can only be this good or go down. So if you can't win with all this talent, what you gonna do as it go down? You can only sustain this as #1 or it goes down. Anywhere but where you at is down because you're at #1 right now. So if you can't win right now with all this talent, what are we looking forward to in the future?
Yeah, just speaking of the future, I know you've seen a couple of the guys enter the portal. We'll get to those soon. Just going forward, let's say in the until the spring game, Coach. Do you have any expectation, anything you want to see changed outside of course Grub? Is there anything that you feel like that we must do?
Man, the whole focus on this year needs to be getting my running game back to Alabama. What's Alabama football without a run game, man? What's Alabama football without a run game? What's Alabama football without a run game? We see it as a 38-3 team. You come to the damn field already one-dimensional. You done did half the defensive coordinator job for him before he even got to the damn field to play you. Indiana's defensive coordinator, half his job, half his paycheck is already covered before he come to the damn field, man. Half that man's job is already done for him. It's worse than the rappers in the rap game. Doing all the work for the detectives, snitching on themselves online and doing all this on social media. And they say, yeah, just keep on. Even the police get on there like, yeah, come on, man. They doing the job for them. All they got to do is sit at their desk and watch social media. Got to get the run game back, man. Got to get the run game back. At least where we can be 50-50 with to let that same defensive coordinator have to think before the damn snap. Go ahead, Coach.
My question to you that, of course, last year the A-Day game changed quite drastically for Bama, for the Tide Nation. Do you think we need to go back to an actual scrimmage, or we need to stay kind of the course of what the board changes past offseason?
Man, we could go scrimmage in the desert. We can scrimmage on an underground bunker. That has nothing to do with the fact that these guys, like you said, average 50 pounds more than each guy in front of them, and they can't push them off the ball. I don't care where the freak. We can go scrimmage in the Atlantic Ocean. Everybody get a float. All the small guys, 2 per float. Big guys get you 1 each. We scrimmaging in the water. Salt water, baby. Let's do it. It don't even matter. Why can't you push this guy that's okay? 1 or 2 of us can't do it. But out of all 5 of us, no side of this line can make a strong push. Everybody on the defensive line finna push against all of us. It ain't 3 out of 5 of these old linemen that can just straight up push down the field. Just straight push forward. You telling me that? Even when the other defense got most of the time 3 players with their hand in the dirt, we got 5 with their hand in the dirt without the tight end, and we still can't push nobody off the ball. I don't get that. It's like we're not trying to push them off the ball. We just trying to stand them up and keep them from coming in the backfield. No, we need to push forward toward our touchdown. It's like we just hitting them just to line up straight, and I guess the running back's supposed to read where a hole to go through. Why we ain't pushing the D-line backwards? Shout out to my man Alex, man. Like you said, we lead the nation in almost plays. This just was a hard year to watch, man. We done had some struggle ball before, and like I said, is it the kickback from having one of the best runs in college football of all time? Chat. Is this the kickback from having one of the best runs, if not the best short-term run in college football history? Are we getting punished for having it so good for so long? Man, y'all, shout out to everybody who lived through them glory days. This would be something to speak on for years. This something for you guys right now who ain't even had a kid yet. Y'all will be able to talk to your grandkids after a while about the Saban years. That ain't gonna happen again, man. And I'm so glad I was able to witness that, baby. I witnessed it from front to back. But that's gone. Where we go from here, I don't know. That's why I said it ain't even nobody to bring in to act like we finna mimic that. Just gotta ride with Debo and hope he fires some people, man. What else we got, Coach?
Yeah,
what I want to hear I want to hear somebody come in here and let me know what they think about these last few games and stuff too, man. Or if we saying something wrong and they see something different, put that scream in the chat, man. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, Coach. I know Well, of course, we got on the screen right now. We're talking about players in the portal. Now, before we go there, on the defensive side of the ball, is there anything yesterday you felt like we just, of course, the push, but do you feel like we were missing something yesterday defensively? Is there something that we really need to tweak? Is there certain players you feel like, they may not be able to do much going forward? What are your thoughts about the defense?
I mean, I knew we started off the game. We started off this year with the whole, we can't run the ball and we can't stop the other team from running the ball. That was the whole flip that we was trying to flip the whole year. We started getting better with the run defense. Absorbing this bend don't break mentality. We might give us some gashes, but for overall, you look up at that scoreboard at the game and you like, oh damn, the defense didn't do bad at all. But still, with all that being said, I knew it was no real deal just making that run game for the other team totally disappear for the whole year, because I knew we still had Lawson in the middle. No disrespect to him, but I guess coming off that injury, he's really not that mobile guy to be in that middle, depending on him first to stop this run. Like I said, when I saw QB Reese come in at the end of that game and they called hike, and that man, they running back came to that middle, and right before he could even pass that O-line, he got met in the middle, right there in that hole, beautifully. It was almost as beautiful as that tackle Jefferson had about a game or two ago when Jefferson got the guy up with him and drove him to the ground. QB made him right there in that hole. I've been begging a whole year for Lawson for that. That's how the other teams hit us. As soon as we call height, hand it to the running back. Before they even get to the hole, bow! The defensive linebackers already right there filling in the gaps. I mean, hey, man, when you call height, hole's going to open up. Who's going to get through there first? The running back can shoot through there first. The linebacker trying to meet him now. Our running backs running up, trying to go north and south every time, so it's easy for the other defenses to just go in there and meet them. Our linebackers wait for the running backs to come to the outside of the ball and then react. So I already knew with us having a less mobile, coming off injury linebacker in the middle, and the other more of a roamer, which is Jefferson, I knew we weren't going to be totally, we weren't going to totally be able to totally stop the run game the whole year. We dumbed it down a little bit, but for the most part, when teams really want to assert themselves and just keep pushing and keep mashing, especially if their offense can't let this defense get some rest, they take it to us, man. They take it to us. And now when we got to bring down somebody like Hubbard or something to come down and help stop this run, and now the defensive backfield susceptible to a big play. Heck, Womack could blitz everybody. I just found out that Nick Saban said what I've been saying. Matter of fact, I even got it clipped on him. I'm going to see if y'all can hear it. Shout out to the unofficial locker room, man. I played it for them too. And you're going to have to hear it restart till you get to the right part. But watch what Nick Saban say, the same thing I've been saying. This Nick Saban talking live on game day before the Alabama and Indiana game about that blitzing everybody and leaving the defensive backfield thin like that.
Pockets and ways to make plays, they just have to find them. Well, Joey, being a secondary guy for 50 years, yes, I couldn't agree with you more. I coached for a lot of coaches that like the blitz, which put us some thin in the back end. Yes, sir. I didn't like that at all. And it's about time you agree with me. Well, if you're sitting back.
That man said he said before Saban became the dog he is and playing for other coaches, he said he used to play for a lot of coaches that used to like to do that blitz. Shout out to my man Alex Smith, Zero Success Blitz. He said he played for a lot of coaches that used to like to do that and lead them thin in the backfield. Same way Womack called that crap up when I said all we got to be doing prevent defense. What that game was, we was up like Missouri. All we had to do is play prevent defense. We up there still blitzing everybody, knowing they trying to throw the ball down the field. And, of course, every one of our players that we blitz get picked up. Shout out to Alex for the Zero Success Blitz. And they just throw it over the top. And now they make a game out of it. You see what I'm saying? And just like the first touchdown versus Indiana, we got them on 3rd and 8. We know they finna throw it. 3rd and 8. They brought everybody up to the line. Shout out to the unofficial locker room. They'll vouch for me when I said, man, y'all better not blitz everybody. We good right here. We can just hold them to a field goal. Everybody blitz. Everybody get picked up. One-on-one post route touchdown. No safety back there to help out. Just throw it up there, throw it up. Number 7 get burnt. I told you when he on the field, it's 50-50. He might make a play, just like he made a play early in the game. Then you get burnt for 2. Like I say, he 50-50 and Mince is 0% right now. You know what I'm saying? Between him and Mince, it's just so. Like I said, man, even Coach Saban, I never knew Coach felt like that. You know, I never knew what Coach felt like in his blitzing principles. But even Coach say, man, I don't like to be up there blitzing and leaving my defensive backfield thin like that, man. And that's what we call the 0 success blitz. Shout out to the GOAT, man. Somebody asked, should we would it be cool for Ty to come back, or should the Keelan Russell era start?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Grub, man. I hope his mixtape just do wonders. The Freestyle King. I hope his mixtape do wonders and just take him out of here, man. But he blew Ty a year, man. Ty waited all this time to get a shot at Alabama, and this is what you got. Your team didn't help you as much as well with the lack of run game, the horrible blocking on a consistent basis. I mean, you just didn't get that much help, Ty. It was one of the wrong years to play for Alabama. Any quarterback we put back there would have had a lot to deal with, because it ain't like if we switch quarterbacks, now they go magically pick up all these damn blitzes. We can't. Other teams can send 5 people and somebody get through. Just instead of sending 4, they might send 1 extra or 5 and somebody get through. We can send 8 and nobody get through. We can send 6 and nobody get through. So, yeah, it was just a bad year to play, Ty. It don't matter who the quarterback was back there. The blocking just went there for you to have ample time to do what you needed to do as a quarterback. Especially you, Ty, when the word got out that you was a damn near Heisman finalist throwing all these dimes. They said, hey, drop everybody back. Every game. Film out. Is over with, Ty. Your season is over, especially with a lackluster OC like you got. No running game, no OC. The word out to drop everybody back because you diming it up all over the place is over with. With that being said, and everybody know I was down with Ty coming in. Shout out to my boy Ty. I just wish you used your legs a little more. Because even the old boy on the other team, they say he look like a giraffe, a baby giraffe sometime, but he'll get up out of there, though. Them legs are a serious weapon, Ty. But like I said, Ty, you just didn't have the help you needed from your coaching staff, head coach, OC, all the way down to your blocking, all the way down to your run game. You just didn't have much help. OC's receivers running half routes. You can either go on to the NFL as the 3rd quarterback chosen. That's what they got you on the board. But who's to say an NFL team might say, hey, man, we seen games. We see what's really going on. That man just didn't have no chance. And really, if other people played as hard as him, we probably win the championship. I wish everybody played as hard as this guy. So you might even jump some guys on the list. Who knows? But I say you either go on to the league, or if you come back, he could come back here and go to a team like Miami or something. Anywhere with a run game, and Ty might turn up and go for a real Heisman run. How you going for a Heisman run and you ain't got a run game to help you out some? You can't put the whole damn team on one person. Ty could have never won no Heisman here with no run game. When all the attention just on you, we need somebody to help you out. If it ain't the run game helping you out, it better be a 5 OC like Lane Kiffin that's finna tell you who gonna be open for the play even start. Lane throwing his hands up 2 seconds after the play start. I already know what's finna happen. Our OC just called the play and tell you, hey, Ty, it's on you. Do something.
Now, Coach, I definitely understand your frustration here. Let's talk about some of these players that have entered the portal so far. We'll just go over the list, and I kind of want to hear your thoughts. It doesn't matter if it's all of them or one specific. course, we
hold
know.
on, real quick before you go there, coach, because I really didn't answer that question. But with all that being said, there you go, Dave. My boy Demetrius just said this, so you answer. So with all that being said, it's the Russell show, baby. It ain't no more waiting. That's why I said y'all can bring in Mac and do all that this year. Don't bring in my young guy rattling his mind, especially with a team that ain't ready. Oh, put in Russell, yeah, so he can get bust from the back harder than Ty was. I'm surprised Ty didn't phone the balls way more times than he did all them shots he was taking from the blind side. Then, some want to say he hold the ball too much. Some want to say, this, that. But, hey, some of these routes are taking like, if y'all just want to call height, drop, as soon as you get to that third foot and just take off every time, hey, talk to the OC about it, man. But at the end of the day, no, it's Ty either go to the league, transfer, whichever you go do, Ty. It's the Russell show down here, baby. And I'm still in support of Ty, but no, it's the Russell show. What you got? What else? What you were gonna say, Coach?
Well, yeah, I do agree with you. It is the Russell show. I do think that if Ty decided to come back, I'm thinking, this is what I think. I think the staff would say, hey, we want to go ahead and go in a different direction. We're talking about the third season for DeBoer's offense or DeBoer's team. I think it is the time for to take his player specifically. I mean, it could be Austin Mack, but I also think he should transfer as well. But I don't think that Ty should come back to Alabama next season.
Yeah, now, it's kind of the same situation with the Peyton Manning. I was riding with Peyton at I ain't messed with him in college, but once we got to the NFL, I was rolling with Adrian James because his gold grill. And then why down with Adrian James, I ended up finding out about Peyton Manning. And one thing about Peyton Manning toward the end of his career, the coach had to make a decision. Do we take one more year with Peyton Manning, aka Ty Simpson, or do we use this chance to go take this guy that's coming up named Andrew Luck and go ahead and move forward with the system, aka Russell? Because at this time, at these times, we don't know if Russell will be like Archie Manning and wait for that extra year after Ewers came back. If Ty decided to come back, Russell might be out of here, and we can't risk that. I think everything about Russell Gaines right now as a young, unpolished kid is just freakish. So it's either after how we got whooped this year, this is a perfect time for him to come in. We don't have no expectations, nothing to lose. Our only expectations is the standards. After what we just went through, this is your perfect time. Now, if you came in after tour or you came in after somebody who done lit it up, doing all their thing, and like, dang, is you ready to step in this spotlight? That's one thing. But after how we done stunk it up, hey, we can't go nothing but up. So I think it'll be a perfect time to insert that young phenom and move forward.
I have one quick question for you, Coach P. Well, asterisk on the question is, do we want Russell to be in that fire if Grub is still our OC? Because I don't see absolutely anything changing. If he's still on staff, if he's still our OC for next year, it's something about certain coaches that they're not going to change up how they do things. So if Grub is our OC, how do we know? Do we even think that Russell would come in and do any better, if not worse?
No, a good question, man. And that's the same thing I asked y'all. I said, why do Cam Coleman come to Alabama if we got Grub still here next year? I asked y'all, what do those Indiana's receivers that balled out over there, what would they would have did at Alabama for Grub? Probably nothing. But over there, they looking like they balling out, even with no names. No name receiving corps doing their thing, making plays. But we got so-called the best receiver corps in the nation and can only muster up 3 yards. So that's why I say, man, with Grub here, what can we actually look forward to? All the breakdown, all the little dink and dunk passes, because that's what the 2 quarterbacks did when they came in for Ty the first time. And everybody, oh, look how we moving the ball now. Yeah, they throwing all the little underneath the little 2-yard plays, the little everything to the sideline, running backs and tight ends. That's cute, but you can't go through a whole game like that. And Ty was actually trying to look downfield and actually move the ball downfield. And that was cool in the year until they started just dropping everybody and just daring them to throw it back there. But if Grub gonna be here, man, with that lack of creativity, I just don't know, man. I wouldn't even know what to look forward to. That's a great question. Like I said, I'm scared of our recruits coming and knowing that it's gonna be such an uncertainty on offense, such a big inconsistency on offense. I don't know what to expect, man. It's scary. I think just getting rid of Grub off the rip. It's so many little little small schools with these new plays, new innovations, new formations, new nuances, man. It's so many guys out here to just go with buddies and people who think they got a name established already. Man, it's some new guys coming up that'll mess some up, especially with the talent we got. Like me. I be joking, but I know I can go in there and do better than Grub do. Y'all be you just man. I'm not finna go out there to be no Alabama OC, but I'm guaranteeing logically, in logic, in theory, that I can do better than this. The casual fan can see that Grub is out here just freestyling. None of his plays in the first, second quarter setting up plays for the third and fourth quarter. It's no rhythm, no consistency. It ain't even an identity. We don't know what we doing out there. It's freestyling. So to answer your question, Coach C, I don't know. I don't know what we do if you. Yeah, I don't want to envision or imagine a future with Grub. So I don't want to answer your question if it involves Grub still being at Alabama. Put it like this.
I got you.
Coach C, just to caveat off your question, knowing that we've seen Russell use his legs in a very limited time, I do think that would change the dynamic for him specifically. I think the offense will stay the same, but I do think we'll see more of, I guess, rushing from the quarterback. So that could open up a little bit more, but I don't know how much it would for the offense in general. Now, of course, we got players in the portal. We'll go over those in just a second here. From what I've seen today so far, we already know Bubba Hampton was entering the portal back in August. He hasn't been on the team. Of course, wide receiver there. Safety, Cam Howard. Offensive lineman, Rock Montgomery. Running back, Richard Young. Wide receiver, Jalen Hill. Wide receiver / defensive back, Jalen Mbakwe. Offensive lineman, Joseph Ionata. Offensive lineman, Elias Alien. And linebacker, Noah Carter. Coach P or Coach C, is there anyone that surprises you here? Do you feel like they should have stayed, or do you think that it just kind of makes sense for them to leave?
Man, I ain't speaking on them portal guys. If you're ready to get out of Alabama, holler at you. Next question. I'm straight.
Pretty simple. I definitely think more players will leave. Not quite sure how many. Really, just from this list right here, I can kind of say the only one that really had some impact was Noah Carter, but his was very limited. So these guys right here, we're not going to miss them, to be honest. So with the new guys coming in the off season, of course we have the portal, and of course we'll have the seniors from high school. This team is going to look different either way.
Facts. And nothing surprised me with the portal these days anyway, so it don't even matter to me no more, man. I don't even forget the portal. Hey, like JJ said, give me a hungry 2-star. All these guys that just sitting around looking at their deals and looking and running home just to get online and make their next deals and stuff. A lot of these guys ain't studying football like that. Once some of these guys get that taste of money, man, they out there trying to celebrate with their money. Hey, guys ain't taking football that serious no more. Some of these guys only playing football to get to the bag. Y'all done gave them the bag in college. Now guys ain't even trying to get hurt. Guys just trying to be fly. Guys just trying to get to some more money without even putting in the work. It's just different, man. Forget NIL and the portal. Shout out to them guys making money, but it showed them it done took a lot of the drive out of here.
Yeah, definitely take a lot of drive. One other thing I just kind of just thought about randomly. This will be probably the first time, I think since 2008, we may not have a first rounder drafted. That is an insane stat for Alabama football, considering how long we've been, pretty much running college football.
And it's showing. It's showing. Just like it's showing we ain't got that traditional running back we usually have. It's showing. This is one of our first years without at least one 5-star back there to help tote that rock. Who? Because even when was that Gibbs with Robinson?
Oh yes, it was. Yep,
Because even with Gibbs won a 5-star. Gibbs was at Georgia Tech first. So yeah, that was another year. But shoot, Gibbs, you got guys who 5-stars coming out of high school, and you got guys who 5-stars turned up in college that then turned up and became a 5-star. And Gibbs definitely one of those. This year we don't have either 5-star out of high school or turned up in the system 5-star. We just don't have it.
Yep. A question that I see in the chat. People asking about Caden Proctor. I don't think it's guaranteed that he'll be a first round draft pick. I mean, if we do have a first rounder, it would be him. Of course, we got a couple other players that would be coming out, or they have to make some decisions. I can go over those players in just a second. What you got, Kosi?
Yeah, I personally think if Ty come out, he's a first rounder, late first rounder. When you just look at the previous drafts, 3 quarterbacks are going first round.
Yeah.
Last year you even had JJ McCarthy, going 10th. You had Drake May, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams. Some of these guys, ended up being pretty good, but a lot of these guys, their team success was not that great. In particular, what reminds me of how probably even Bo Nix, people like that. So I think we, even though it doesn't look like it because the hype is not around them, Coach P, you alluded to something earlier that these NFL scouts look at talent a completely different way than most college football fans do. They don't look at it from just a production standpoint. If that's the case, most DBs wouldn't ever get drafted because even though people go away from them and they seldom get a chance to get 15 interceptions and 1,000 tackles and all of that. They just know based on being able to evaluate talent. And I still feel like we may have 2, if not 3 to 4 first rounders on this team right now. They just understand that the coaching staff, in our opinion, mostly, have not put these guys in the best position to succeed. And that's your job as a coach, is to try to win as a team by playing the best players, and also while putting these guys in the best position, as Nick Saban says all the time, to create value for themselves. And I think this coaching staff has done not a terrible job at that this year.
That's true. Like you say, that's one of the best sound takes on the day. Like you said, teams, the league do look at it and can assess the situation and see that it's more than just what most average fans see. Just like even what Josh Pate was saying after the Florida State game, when everybody was trying to put a lot of the blame on Ty, when he had like 1 or 2 maybe mistakes in the game, before overall it was the team that blew that game. And he was like, y'all talking about Ty. He was like, I wish I had a whole team full of Ties that played that hard and such and such and such and such. That's how the NFL will do. They'll see what's really going on, opposed to just saying, oh, well, now some of them might just look at stats and all that, but your real guys who going in there to get that real money, they go and see like, hey, coach, that boy never had a chance. No run game, the OC tripping, no blocking on a consistent basis. I wouldn't even want to stand in the pocket that boy was standing in, and he still, did the little bit that he did do. And like Coach C also said, the instant success of some of these guys who just got drafted lately, oh yeah, Ty could still go first round just off, like I said, just off what these guys have stepped in and did lately, and he waited his time to get in. He just didn't have a fair shot. Shout out to that boy Grub and that mixtape, man. Mixtape coming soon. Lil Flip move over, the real freestyle king is here. That boy Grub from Alabama. Grub Scrub mixtape on the way. What else, Coach?
Yeah, I was just going to say a couple of guys to monitor over the next few weeks. I think January 23rd is when they have to declare. We got Ty Simpson, Isaiah Horton, Proctor, Parker Brailsford, Yanze Pierre. Of course, James Smith is in that. Bray Hubbard, Keon Sabb. So these are a couple of guys that really have to make a decision if they want to enter the NFL draft.
My boy Gelato said, no, Ty needs another season. I'm with you on that, Gelato. I don't feel you waited all that time to get one season and you had this much unfair advantage of what you needed. You waited all that time, and it's the best effort you get from your team and coaches on helping you win. That's why I say I would come back, but if you come back, it probably wouldn't be with the Tide, because like you said, we got, in this day of age, we can lose a lot of players with you just deciding to come here. I wouldn't mind you playing again because, that was just your first go round, but I'm also I'm also realistic. You know, it's time for us to. We got to get this new campaign started. You know, and I just wish you had a better. I just wish you had better help on your one and on your big shot at being, you know, the quarterback for the Tide. You know, and I wish you could have also remembered that with it being with how these guys was playing you, the main thing you was gonna have to do, just like that Indiana boy showed you, the main thing you was gonna have to do is use those legs. You can't just depend on that nice arm that you got to try to get you through the whole season. You used them a couple times, but you would, like I said, I don't know why quarterbacks thinking they just got to sit back there and find somebody when you see it's 13 people checking your 2 receivers, you know. But Ty, shout out to Ty. If I was him, I don't want to wait that long. The NFL, you young. The NFL ain't going nowhere. If you think you top 3 this year, you might be number 1 overall next year. So, and it ain't nothing but giving you more experience. What's wrong with getting more experience instead of going just drop straight in the 5 in the NFL, a place that ain't going nowhere? So I would come back too, but he just gonna have to transfer. Go ahead.
I say what's wrong with it is that it ain't as likely for him to have a better situation next year than this year. It's just not as likely. And you look at Drake May. I mean, nobody even was even talking about this kid until he had one decent season at North Carolina. He gets drafted top 5, and this past year, he got 30-some touchdowns and 7 interceptions as a starting NFL quarterback. So I think,
like you said, some of these guys don't even have to win. They'll go to teams like North Carolina and teams like that and grab these quarterbacks who might win 7 and 5.
That's it.
The number 6 quarterback drafted, the number 2. Sometimes I'm like, man, this man ain't won nothing. What y'all seeing?
Drake May I think he's top 5 in QBR in the NFL right now. So that's what I mean by just seeing the NFL looks at it like, okay, you're gonna have decent blocking. You're gonna have if he doesn't go top, if he go late, he may get a chance to land at a team that's got a quarterback, maybe an aging quarterback, maybe even I don't know if what you're calling gets the first round where Aaron Rodgers is over there, but he gets a chance to land in a perfect spot to where he can sit for a year, learn the NFL style of playing, and come in the following year, man, and light it up. You know, so it's kind of a 50-50 whether he should go or not. I personally hope he goes and hope he gets that first round draft pick, because I'm more excited about the idea of Russell getting in here and letting us turn this page and go ahead and move it into a different direction. So,
and exactly, because like I said, I never said put the whole world on Ty. I say I need a quarterback that can come out here and read defenses and be a quarterback for this squad and deliver this ball to whatever receiver that's open. My guy this year didn't have as many receivers that we thought was going to be open with all the hype that we had from this receiving core. But like I said in the beginning of the year, even at A-Day, I'm not set on not one quarterback. I just want the best available quarterback. And like I said, with Ty waiting his time to get in, I knew it was going to be Ty fit in his time to get in. But it's not like I looked at Ty as in this the next tour or something. I actually called Ty. Everybody know what I called him, an AJ McCarron with legs. Though he didn't give me his legs as much as I wanted, pause, I still felt like he was a capable quarterback to read those defenses, but those defenses found out a chink in our armor that our coach can't, do nothing, call up now when it comes to trying to beat defenses when you loading up that defensive backfield. We don't have plays for that. We just calling random plays and telling this boy to find some when it is plays to beat that. Next time we're going to have our meeting with Grub, I might have to pull him to the side and say, not trying to step on your toes, not trying to outshine you, but I need to show you how to be 7 and 8 man drop back coverage. And I can do that. Free ebook, free ebook. You ain't got to pay those. You ain't got to purchase this. I got you, Grub. Free ebook. Put down the notebook with the rhymes and the bars and come get you one of these Coach P ebooks, man. What else we got, Coach D?
I don't have much as far as today's episode. I'm trying to see if anybody wants to come in and chat it up. Coach C, did you have anything more else to add?
Oh, no, sir. That's it for me, Coach D.
Let's fit in that. We ain't even get a chance to put a play on the end of that. Ain't even get a chance to put a play on the fly, man. Didn't nobody give us nothing, man. Didn't nobody give us nothing. That man said Ty got to get on up out of here as a demon with a laser arm on that bench. We do got that, boy. And that's why I say everybody, Like I said, there's a lot of guys that love Ty. They got love for him. That's glad he waited his time to get in. But like I say, man, shout out to him. But I think we got something special over there on that bench, and especially if that kid can use his legs some. I know you don't want to be looked at as a running quarterback. We're not finding one. Everybody know I love a quarterback to put that ball in the air. But if you can use those legs as well, especially if we don't got no running game, it could be wild, man. It could be what we need to get back. Cause like you said, 2020 getting farther and behind. It's 6 years since then, man. 2020 is 6 years ago. It's almost in a minute. It'll be a 10-year anniversary from the last time we won a championship. So we got to go and get this thing back rolling ASAP. There was another year that it looked like it could have been a clean ride to the. We came into the side of the playoff bracket that looked like it would have had the nicest path. We just didn't know Indiana was coming like no train killers, man. We looked at it, we like, oh yeah, we landed on the right side, and Georgia then got took out. Let me tell y'all something, man. In the last 2 years of this playoffs thing, how many years we done had the 12-man playoff? Just last year and this year, or did we start the year before the last year? In the last 2 years, the top 4 teams with the bye weeks, all of them lost, man. Teams ranked 1 through 4, all of them lost. 1 through 4. If you got a bye week last year, you lost. This year, 1 through 4, all lose again except for Alabama and Indiana. Even Georgia lose. Texas Tech lose. Ohio State lose. But Alabama go out there and get the freaking doors blown off of them. How? If I'm going into the playoff next year, if Indiana don't win this game, going into the playoff next year, I don't want a 1 through 4 spot. I guess Indiana don't be looking at the media. They ain't getting none of this rap parts, and they ain't getting none of these memos. You're supposed to lose, Indiana. Coming out here kicking ass when you're supposed to lose when you get the top 4 spots, Indiana. Something to add to that. Usually when the Heisman Trophy want to get a Heisman Trophy, now he going on a tour, doing all this little interviews, going here, taking this picture, going here, doing this interview, doing this, that. He usually have a bad game. It's like the Madden curse. He didn't get the damn memo either. Your team supposed to lose because you was top 4. And you supposed to lay the egg. Neither one of them got the memo. He had more touchdowns than incompletions, if I'm not mistaken. Everything going right for Bama as far as history, and we go out there and make history by being scrubs. I told y'all I knew the game wasn't going to be close. I didn't know it was going to be in Indiana damn favor. Every team they had a bye week last year lost, and now this year we get the Ohio State first game. They lose. Okay, damn, that's 5 straight teams with a bye week. Okay. Texas Tech come up versus Oregon. They lose. Oh, snap. Does this really mean something? I mean, like, do that layoff really hurt them this bad? Are these boys falling off? Okay, here come Alabama. Well, they surely must, get hit in the mouth. With the fact that they got a Heisman Trophy player on there, they can't possibly have devoted all his time to playoff football after winning that Heisman Trophy. You got to go out there and show love with that Heisman for a little minute. And while you out doing all that, we over here supposed to be getting ready for the game, but we might be out here cleaning out our foreign rides or something, man. I don't know what we was doing while y'all was out there doing all the Heisman stuff. Zilla, what's up, man? Get in here and talk to us, man. Real bad day for the Tide, man, but I know you got something to pep us up with, man. Let's go.
Man, I wish I did, man. Let me tell you something. Roll Tide all day, every day. We still gonna roll with the Tide regardless. Win, lose, or fall, man. It sucks to see them boys go out there and get killed like that. I ain't got too much to say that y'all probably haven't already said. My bad, I was late to the party tonight, but I just the things that we've said all year, that we felt like it was gonna happen. What would happen, could happen, did happen.
It did.
And it's just like
coming from a mile away. You're right.
Exactly. We seen some of this stuff happening. It was just if it was a game that it was just gonna all come tumbling down, it was gonna be this game right here. But we didn't think it was gonna be against Indiana that it happened. But they was well coached. They came out there to do what they needed to do, and they put it on us and didn't even lay off. Pause. You feel me? But I feel like starting, in the off season, I think we just need to start looking at them coaches. Yeah, them OC coach got to go, man. Grub got to go. This ain't it. It just ain't it. That's why they got rid of him at Seahawks. They ain't it. Because now they didn't got rid of him at the Seahawks. Now the Seahawks is playing for a wild card, or they playing for, or have they clinched? They did one of the two. I know we ain't talking in that field, but they done one of the two. I know they're in a good spot to make the playoffs.
Man, they got rid of the record in the NFC. They 13-3. It's 2 13-3 teams in the AFC, but the Seahawks got the NFC locked down.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I knew they was up there. And that's crazy. I didn't know that because I'm a Packers guy, but I'm just saying, man. I think we need to just start off with the coaches, man. It just, I'm trying not to be that guy to be like, man, go ahead and fire the boy. But man, after a while, we got to ask if if this is it for you, because I'm gonna just say what they want. He do look soft, man. I know you want to say it, coach. People, I'm telling you, man. I think the man is soft. He be on the sideline, don't even have no type of.
I mess with the boy, but he's soft, man. And
he's soft.
We got too many dogs here to have a guy of that sweet mentality to be here like this, man. They might just tell him what you want to hear to his face and then go right behind his back and do the same thing because they know they can, because he's soft, man. It is what it is.
He just don't got that fire. Then once he do get pepped up and get in the ref face, you be like, man, stop it. It look like a show at that point, man. You know you're not like that, man. You know you ain't built like that.
Like a straight clown show, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Have another time, he like, gee, golly whiz, fellas. Come on, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. I need my coach to have way more fire than that. Attitude reflects leadership. That's what was said on the Remember the Titans. That's a true story, man. You got to come out here with the attitude. If the coach is on fire, you're going to see the team on fire. I don't think the team.
Man, they play like that man Mean Mug. Look, they play exactly like his facial expression, man.
Man, that man look like a angry principal on the sideline. Like, that man look like a detention teacher. Like, he look like he'll call the cops on you real quick and then come over there and arrest you. That's what I need Debo to look like, man. We can't call him Debo until he started coming to being like Debo. Damn that black hoodie. Come out there with a black thermal on that look like Debo thermal on Friday. That's when we can start giving you some upkeep. Because I'm telling you, I just don't think that his scheme and his theories is what we need. Yeah, we got a good long way. He did pretty good his first 2 years, but after a while, it's gonna be like, man, are you really ready for this type of smoke? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, dynasties are dead. I agree with the person in the chat that said that, it's hard having a dynasty now these days with all the, the talent that's spread out. But even though this year we seen, like I've said in plenty of shows with y'all, anytime we look like we still be looking superior when we still be looking sloppy. We can't piece these things together. We are almost university. We're the University of almost Bama. It's like all year, everything been almost. We almost had a fumble. We almost had a pick. We almost could have took it in until it did a pick six. You know what I'm saying? Shot to Xavier Brown. But at the end of the day, man, we gotta fix at the top first. I think we fixed at the top first, and the run game got to be our main focus on the off season. You know what I'm saying? It got to be, because if we ain't got that, we ain't look like a traditional Bama. We know Nick Saban ain't coming back, but Nick Saban on the sideline slapping AJ McCarron ass like he in Strokers, Magic City, got dang on Blue Flame somewhere. We ain't acting to slap no ass, Debo, but you need to slap some. But man, listen, we still gonna be rolling with the Tide. Shout out to UA coaches, shout out to the locker room. We still gonna be following y'all, rolling with y'all whenever time y'all come on or whatever. Are y'all gonna be doing the thing? I know y'all don't really care, but y'all gonna be doing the thing for the rest of the playoffs, coach?
Yeah. I think we're gonna check in and check out the rest of the playoffs, man. And it's just to get down with the unofficial locker room. Forget them teams, but yeah, we go get some camaraderie going and get in there and just crank it up. Oh
yeah, players got to get better, man. We got to get these players. We need these players to have that tenacity. Don't just be out there just being like on some, my homeboy do it or he'll get it, or what I'm saying, there's other person to tackle him if I don't get him. Nah, man, you make the play, you make the tackle. You know what I'm saying? You go out there and get open, get separation. You know what I'm saying? We got to have that tenacity back. We got to have that fire back, man. And I think that the fire starts from the top, and then the players got to bring it on too. So, man, appreciate y'all for taking my call. Like I said, I ain't got a lot more than what y'all already said, man. Roll Tide to y'all boys, man.
Roll Tide, roll Tide. Hey,
Big Mo.
like you say, it ain't even about just the hollering at them and all that stuff. Like you said, Saban didn't do that unless we was up 50 points. When we got a close game and all that, Saban, the most calm guy, reassuring those guys and pumping courage into those guys. But when we up 80 points, that's when that fire from Saban come out. That's when the theatrics come out. The funny thing is when Debo do it, because everybody say he wasn't caring at first. They like, man, you look out there looking like you don't care. Next thing you know, on the sideline, when the ref do something bad, next thing you know, Debo looking like he trying to get in a fight, like he trying to he basically what we say, going ham out there. Like, come on, Debo, we can tell that ain't you, man. You just trying to do that for the boosters or something. Like they saying you out there looking like you don't care enough. They paying you so much money and you just looking like you don't, like this don't really mean nothing to you, man. It's just how you is. Signet ain't out there doing no theatrics. Y'all just being itself. That's all I ask. Somebody said we talking about demeanor. I'd rather the boy just be itself. Don't be out there looking like you just trying to put on a performance to make the higher ups happy. Be you, man. All we want is somebody with some kahunas to make the choices that need to be made. Forget when it ain't even about the X and O's right now. Who you go fire, who you go bench when it's time to get benched and ignore what they making in the NIL. When you go make those type decisions. I don't care what you're doing as far as the theatrics on the sideline. When these decisions go be made. And that'll make me happy. Who you got, Coach D?
Yeah, so I see Link. We got Link. I'm not sure what happened to Big Mo. But honestly, what I wanted to say. We know how Coach Cochran was pumping them boys up. Maybe it's our strength and conditioning coach. I don't know. I can't say I've seen him, but I know what Coach Cochran brought to the team. What's up, Link?
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you perfectly fine, man. Roll Tide, man.
Roll Tide, coaches. I've been on here before, but it's been a while. So most of the time I just come in and listen. But you guys have said a lot. I don't have a whole lot to add to what you got to say, but I was disappointed watching the game. Not that we lost the game, but how we lost.
Right.
If we played a game like Georgia had with Ole Miss, I'm cool with that. A close game against a team that you should be able to compete with. And I don't feel like Indiana did anything special on that field. And I saw a clip a while back. It was Coach Mike McDonald, the coach from Seattle. And he was talking about play calling. And some people said he was kind of taking a shot at Ryan Grub. But he was talking about how it's not just about going out there and calling the play and it being successful and you taking credit for it working. He said, but the art of play calling is setting things up early in the game that pay off later on. Maybe you call a play in the same.
Hey, man, you stop right there, Link. Stop. You stop right there, Link. And let me clap for you. Stop right there. That's all I've been saying. He ain't say, no rhythm, nothing first quarter that. Okay, I'm gonna throw you an out right here, Coach C. 5-yard out. On this next one, I might give you an 8 to 10 yard out. On that third or fourth, I'm out up and he's gone. We ain't doing nothing.
Right.
Nothing to set up, nothing later, man. It's just straight up freestyling. Go ahead, Link.
He was just saying, like, you might call something in the first quarter that may set something up in the fourth quarter in the same, Sark does a really good job at using the same formation, but doing, lulling you into sleep, calling the play a couple times in the same formation and then doing something totally different later on in the game because you thought you had it figured out. I don't see that with Ryan Grubb. I don't see any rhythm to his play calling. It's very sporadic, but it doesn't seem to be he just doesn't seem to have a knack for scripting things in the game and calling plays that beat different defensive formations.
Hey, Link, hold up, Link. You gotta let me clap for you. Hey, Link, you know why it ain't scripted? You right. You been preaching. It ain't scripted because he freestyling. He the freestyle king, man. Let me hold Do your thing, Link. I ain't gonna interrupt you.
Yeah, so it's
you ain't said no lies detected like they said on Maury. Go ahead, man.
no, and I really wanted Ryan Grubb. Before he got here, I was like, okay, Ryan Grubb was the key to the success that DeBoer. That's what they were telling us DeBoer was having at Washington, and I gave Nick Sheridan a hard time last year, but we had wide receivers wide open a lot of times, like you guys are saying. Jalen Miller just couldn't hit him. There's not a lot of separation with these receivers and these. I don't know if it's the routes, I don't know if it's the receivers, but Ty has to throw in very tight windows. I don't understand people talking about benching Ty. I don't think you could have thrown. You would have put Mendoza over there on Alabama with that play calling and lack of run game. It would have been no different.
Oh, and blocking.
Blocking. Yeah. Only thing, Mendoza will use his legs a little bit more than Ty. I don't understand why Ty didn't want to run more. But like I said, something got to change, man. I hate to call for people to get fired, but you get paid millions of dollars to do a job. And this year, Ryan Grubb did not do his job. And if Kalen DeBoer wants to continue to have success at Alabama, ingratiate himself with the fan base, and maybe it comes down from the AD where some changes have to be made. But if you're not going to be a dog, right? If your coach, he's a nice guy, right? But you got guys laughing and smiling in the press conferences after you just got your ass whipped. Deontay Lawson, man, I just don't. It just does not seem like these guys have the heart and the aggressiveness to go out there and play physical. I want to see some finesse. Is never going to beat physicality. It's never going to beat it. And I'm going to tell you right now, there is no physical football team throwing the ball 40 or 50 times a game. It just ain't going to happen. So hopefully some changes happen next year. I hope Ty does go to the NFL. I think if Ty goes into the draft, he can be a late first round, early second round pick, go to a good team where he doesn't have to start right away. And maybe he'll be in a good situation, but it's the Keelan Russell show next year. But I would like to see some changes being made. Kane Womack overall, the defense at some point is like, look, guys, the offense ain't gonna go out there and score no points. We can't win the game for you. We might be able to get an interception, a pick six, a sack fumble, something, but the offense just rolled over and died. But even if you say we don't have people telling me, well, we ain't got no 5 stars at running back, that might be true. Indiana ain't got no 5 stars over there running back.
You better
I don't know who those guys are that are over there running the ball, but they run hard. They don't have any 5-star running backs. I don't know these guys, but they play hard, right? And the coaching staff don't give. I went back and watched about 4 different games from Indiana. I went back and watched the Penn State. This is before the Alabama game. I watched the Penn State game. I watched the Ohio State game. I watched the Oregon game. What I noticed about that team, they are going to run the football. They're intentional about running the football. It doesn't matter if they get 1 yard, 4 yards, 10 yards, -2 yards. They're going to continue to run the ball because you got to have a balanced offense. That way, those safeties, because this is what they, man, I could just go on and on. If you watch the game, they ran the ball on us. Once we brought them safeties down into the box, Mendoza didn't have to throw the ball that many times, but he hit you over the top with a touchdown pass. Because the safeties have to come down and run support because we have to stop their run. Football hasn't changed that much, The RPO got real popular and high scoring and all that stuff. But now we've gotten back to, more of a balanced type of football where you can dominate on defense. But again, Ryan Grubb, man, he got to go.
Link, hold up though. But even you're so right about bringing those safeties down to help stop that run, and then they hit us over the top. But guess what?
Hit us over the top.
But guess what? You got a defensive coordinator that like to just say this 3rd and 8 on their first touchdown. It's gonna need the safeties. There ain't no run game on this play. We know they finna throw it, and yet and still we still bring the safeties down and leave the whole defensive backfield wide the freak open.
Did you guys see? I'm going to ask you guys a question. When we do those, what you call zero success blitzes, where they blitz everyone, we never get there.
We never get there.
We never get there. So I don't understand the point in taking your safeties and blitzing with them.
Just taking them out to play. Those guys are now obsolete on the field. They don't even matter. They're in the Bermuda Triangle. They're in the middle of nowhere. They're pointing from where they at starting the blitz to where they need to be at the quarterback. No man's land. It's just a wasted play for like 4 of the players on the field.
Yeah, so that's on Cam Womack. That's just stupid. I mean, I wouldn't do that on the damn video game. So again, I'm not saying fire Coach Kalen DeBoer. I think he give him another year. He has no excuses next year because he's gonna be starting a quarterback that he handpicked. This ain't no Nick Saban leftovers. So next year you got whether it be
on point the whole time, Nick. I'm sorry I had to interrupt you again, but what you just said is why he get that next year is because of that boy he finna coach up. Russell finna get you this next year. We want to see what you go do with that boy, and we go judge from now.
Yeah, so I say give him another year, but you have to change. You cannot come into the SEC with this Pac-12 mentality. I love high-flying offenses. I hear these coaching staff talking about explosive plays. I heard them talk about last year how they would go away from the run because it wasn't creating explosive plays. What if you use the run, you can get more explosive plays in the pass game. And I don't know about this play calling, man, but where's the deep shots down the field? You got these elite athletes. Where's the deep shots? Where's the play that hit them over the top? I didn't see that.
Now,
even when we won games.
I will say on this one, Link, for one thing, they never have to bring down that safety. They got double safeties back every time. And also, a lot of the times when we do send those guys to run those deep routes, even when we do match protect, that line can't hold up long enough for them to get them out there, man. And then a couple times when we actually did get them open, not even go count, Ty missed more than he hit. But at the same time, he don't get as many opportunities because he's seeing the split safeties over him every time.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not blaming this on Ty. Ty was set up for failure, right? And guess what? A lot of that stuff that was working during the middle of the season, a lot of them passes over the middle, teams took that away. Good coaches will take those things away from you. You cannot be one-dimensional. So in the SEC, you're going to have to run the football. I love the passing game, but you also got to be balanced. And you can't go out there and expect a guy to throw 40-plus times, 50 throws, and expect to win a football game against a good football coach. Kurt Cignetti is a good football coach. He learned from the best. His team plays hard, and them boys over there are disciplined, and they don't make a lot of mistakes. They're not going to go. I knew Indiana wasn't going to give us the game. I knew they weren't going to beat themselves. We had to take it from them, but we just couldn't do it. So it's on to next season. I just hope Kalen DeBoer can. Ryan Grub, I know that's his boy, but he got to go. He got to go. The O-line coach, I'm looking at the stat. It's saying we got 1.1 yards per before contact for our running backs. Who can run the football like that?
Nobody.
No one can run the football. I don't care if you had Derrick Henry back there. You can't run the football like that. So O-line coach got to go. And Ryan Grubb definitely got to go. Them two for sure have to go. So maybe we'll see some changes on this coaching staff. Because if you go into next season with this same formula, Keelan Russell may have a little bit more success because he will use his legs. And he got a cannon now. He can throw the football. But I just want to see some changes on this coaching staff. Ryan Grubb got to go. I want to see those elite play callers. And like you said, there's probably some hungry young guys out there that just need to get a chance. But I want to see we already got elite talent, so that's not an excuse. I want to see, but the scheme is not matching the talent. So at the end of the day, man, this is this disappointing season as an Alabama fan just to see us go out like that. I appreciate you guys giving me a chance to come up here and speak my piece, but there was a reason why Seattle fired Ryan Grubb. You see the success they're having now. It's a no-brainer what happened there. So really, Ryan Grubb, I really hope he's not back with our team next year. But I appreciate you guys letting me come up here and talk.
Hey, appreciate you coming. Appreciate you coming through, Link. That two things could make me happy after that loss that we just taken. And I hate to even sound like this as an Alabama fan because this is how these other sorry fan bases be feeling. But two things could have made me feel bad after that loss. One would have been Georgia losing. I done got to that point. I've never been on that. If I ain't playing you, I don't care nothing about your program. I'm not y'all beat us, but what about when y'all face South Carolina? What about I ain't on all that crap. But I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm gonna be real, Coach D. I wanted Georgia to lose, man. I'm gonna keep it real. Hey, especially with them over there jocking our style and doing all our stuff. And the second thing, man, Georgia, two things to help me out after this big loss like this. Georgia lose and fire Grub, man. Get Grub out of there, man. You ain't even got to use the F word. Just say we parting ways. I'm just saying, man. You ain't got to embarrass him, man. Just
going separate ways, Coach.
Get him a job. Help him get somewhere at another spot. Him like, man, oh yeah, I was finna come back and go crazy for Alabama, but they gave me a head coaching job over here at Prairie View. I'm just saying, like, hook him up with something so you know he can go to that next level, man. I'm just saying.
Good narrative.
You gotta send his boy off to the sunset, man. Just make
send
it
him off, man. You ain't gotta make him look bad. We can come up with something, man. I wish it was like a player where we can just fake an injury or something. Like, say he got what can we say, man? Say he went and joined the service or something. Like, he got to go do a tour. Like, it ain't got to be he got fired, man.
I'll say there's one last thing, Coach P. We might want to go ahead and start the countdown, because if he's not gone in the next 7 to 10 days, like a snail mail or something, then he's probably not gonna get fired. There's a lot of decisions that have to be made, from the transfer guys to the guys coming in and going out. A lot of decisions are gonna have to be made. So we've got about 10 days to know, what our next season potential is going to look like from an offensive standpoint. Because if he's not out of here by when's the transfer portal? 23rd?
Yep, 23rd.
Yeah, if he's not out of there by 23rd, man, we can go ahead and strap in and hold on, man.
And I know they hitting that athletic director, and they saying, hey, and I know it's a big topic, man. So I know it ain't nothing we can ignore. I know they hearing it. And it got to be addressed ASAP, man. And this is the new quarterback's first year. Yes, he's been learning this scheme that we've been doing this year, but we go do another OC and another OC, and it ain't like it's his second or third year while he already playing or something. Go on, bring your new guy in right now, and we can start up together. Let's turn this something into the something it got to be. We can probably use some of the same lingo, some just show the same similarities or whatever, but this would be the perfect time to bring in that new OC. Don't give no year of Keyline running this system and then try to switch it up and bring somebody else in. Unless you had somebody like Sheridan that would have came in and just ran Debo's system. That would just go come in and call plays. That's all Grub doing. Grub ain't got no system, man. Grub a play caller. Grub just called plays. Grub ain't got no genius to him or no plays that he done whipped up on the night before, no schemes. He was like, oh, I'm going to kill their ass with this one next week. He don't got none of that. All he do is got a playbook full of plays, and he point, run this one now, this one next play, and this one on third down. That's all he do, man. Getting all this money for nothing. I do it for free. Go ahead, Coach.
I don't know, Coach. I might do it for about $10. And either way it go, man, we definitely expect a lot of change in the offseason. That's what we all want, at least. I know Coach C kind of alluded to that. Of course, we got players that got to make these decisions as well. Going into the offseason, is there anything specific that you want to say to the fan base for our personal supporters for the UA coaches?
Again, another season that I hate we waited so long for and had to, I guess I can say, deal with all year. I hate we had to go through that as a fan base. Like I said, maybe it's punishment, man. Maybe it's punishment, man. Because we had one of the best, probably the best 17 year run in college football history. I'm talking about even better than the Bear. It was no real competition during the bad days. It was like 6 teams overall. We had one of the best runs ever, if not the best run ever. And now it's just like so much stuff goes wrong. Every small thing stops every drive we do. Every little thing is another shot in our foot. It's just bad. It's so bad. It's like, is it punishment? Is somebody jinxing us? Is this that whole little voodoo stuff they talking? Is the voodoo real? Like, what? How is it this bad? How we can't push the ball on no team? That ain't even that. It just don't even seem logical. Like, we just, some plays we got to push somebody off the ball. Some team. How are we this bad? This is real deal a Pac-10 identity when you can't, when you getting out muscled like this. With this many capable names and numbers on the field. I see if my man took over at Arkansas. We Arkansas right now. With all this talent on the field, man, we Arkansas. We Mississippi State. With all this talent out here. It look like we hard at practice. Nobody staying out to practice. I know everybody running home to the computer to check out their NIL deals or take out one of their few girlfriends to show out the new cars and the new rides and go out and party with the new money they got. Ain't nobody taking this football serious no more. I can tell you. It be looking like we don't even practice half the time on the field. We be out coached, man. These other teams coming in there focused, and we be out there. Every time it's just some small sum to keep us from being who we want to be as a unit. Special teams coach, I'll see you. Maybe it ain't even on you. Maybe it's the product you had, just like the running back coaches. Running back coach and special team coach, maybe it's the product y'all had, but it happened on y'all watch. You got to go. Sorry. Sorry for your wives and all that. It's time to go. Family and all. I'm not here for this. I'm not here to talk you out of getting your money, but you got to get the hell out of Tuscaloosa. Titletown does not accept you anymore. Special team coach out of here. Running back coach out of here. O-line coach out of here. Debo out of here. Not Debo, but Grub out of here. Sorry about that, Debo. Didn't mean to jinx you like that. Grub out of here. The fact that we got Russell coming in, Debo, that's why I don't even see it. Debo might go to take this job and say, man, he got a roster already, ready for the next. He got what's needed to go the next few years with more guys in coming in. So why would he leave? If we run him off, that's one thing, but why would he leave? Unless that pressure is just too overwhelming, and I get that. Cause this fan base, I'm gonna keep it all the way real. I understand. Oh, this fan base is a mother. It is, oh man. Woo. You know I done been through it. I know it. So if he just want to get out of that, do your thing. This fight, this war to get deep down here, baby. Ain't no NFL teams in Alabama. Alabama is the NFL team. And we don't play no games by our squad. That's why this 38-3 crap just can't fly in title time. Grub got to go. A few more fires. And we should be all right to start this next season. For everybody that's tuned in with the UAC, we got a lot of stocked up material that we was just waiting on the season. But hopefully the season could have kept going. But we had a lot of stuff stocked up, just ready to start dropping soon as, the season over to keep the content rolling. But just didn't hope it was gonna stop this soon. Let's go on. We'll throw up the stream as well. We'll check out the playoffs. Anybody want to come through, party with the coaches, we'll check it out, talk our noise. It's still Roll Tide, but we'll talk our noise and see what these other teams bring to the table. Hopefully, it's still some good games. At least Georgia ain't in. I don't know how y'all feel. Like I said, I hate I sound like that. Hate I sound like a little lame football fan, but I'm on that right now. You know, we done built up a great little run, and I don't want they run to even mimic what we got. So every time they miss out on the opportunity to try to match what we did in them last years, I'm good for that. Out here trying to mimic us and be better than us by doing us. I don't like that. But it's still Roll Tide. We can't win them all. We was used to winning one every 3 years at least, 4 max. And now, like I said, man, we 6 years out. So some got to shape. Ain't no point of just, you know, turning the back on the whole program. We here. Can't see how we go through a whole year with no run game. That's crazy, but we here. Shout out to my man Crowell and everybody else who coming in, man. We gonna need you. We finna put some pressure on some of these young cats. That's how the Saban kicked it off. Get these young cats that's ready to prove something. Trying to stay loyal to these old heads that's already. A lot of these old heads that was broke and now they getting money. They ain't even studying this football like they used to, man. They getting money now. Go to some of these young cats that's already into this new way of how it is. And they still hungry. We being loyal to people who don't even deserve to be on the field, whole seasons of it. So hopefully, man, like I said, Debo, we ain't questioning your X's and O's. Well, we actually is, because you and Grub had to be in cahoots with that lame ass playbook. But we need you to have the moxie to cut some corners. I mean, cut some relationships, cut some ties. That's all we need you for right now, Debo. Forget everything right now. Let's get that coaching staff back together. That's all I need you to do. It's Coach P, man. Shout out to the UAC. Shout out to the UAC supporters. Shout out to the Tide, man. Shout out to Ty. Hate that you waited this long to get that type of support from your coaching staff and your blockers and your run game. I hate it for you, my boy. It's some games that you didn't lose, but you had some opportunity to be heroes sometimes, but it's too much on your plate. Boy, boy, that's a lot on your plate to be a first-year starter. That would have been a lot for a 3-year starter. You had a lot on your plate, man, but shout out to you, man. Shout out to the Tide. Shout out to everybody who going through all them practices, all that to put on for us. Give us something to talk about, whether it's good or bad. It's Alabama football. We done got spoiled and only see the good side for the last few years, but this part of football. We ain't Florida bad. We ain't Arkansas bad, but we playing like it right now, especially on offense, but we far from that level right now. So don't act like we just the worst ever. I was up there before Saban got here. Let me tell you something. It can get way worse. So don't be sitting there talking, well, at least they can't get no weak. Nah, don't even wish that on us. We straight. Let's look forward to this next year, get this running game back and take back off. We see as of now, just like this year, outside of Indiana, football looking like it's just as wide open as it used to be. It's super wide open last year. Ohio State won a free championship. They was just finna fire their coach after losing to Michigan. Next thing you know, they win their championship, and now everything is kosher. That free championship they got last year. Thought we had a chance to, especially if Georgia lose out, we had a nice road to a wait for us to get a nice championship, a free championship, not knowing that it was a buzzsaw waiting in Indiana. We looking at Indiana as a basketball school, knowing they done turned up through the season, but we like, you really gonna have to show us though. We really thinking we just ain't played our full potential yet, but oh my goodness. Oh my damn goodness. What is our full potential? It don't even matter no more. Shout out to everybody that's out there listening. One time for Coach D, one time for Coach Nitty and Coach C, one time for all the UAC members that's not in attendance, one time for all the Alabama Crimson Tide supporters out there, one time for the 2025 season, baby. Shout out to the unofficial locker room. Patreon.com/Coach John Doe. Patreon.com/Coach John Doe. That's where you can catch us at for all the best content, and we finna start it off. All that we see what they don't and say what they want is finna come on Patreon. I don't care what they say. I'm finna release the real. I'm gonna release the real. I'm showing you what's really going on, and we also gonna talk about some of these studs that we got that on the squad that we should be looking for next year, and also gonna be talking about those guys that's coming in. We're gonna show you how to keep it real on the platform. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.